Greetings and salutations. This is Rick Koppel, and you're at rickkoppelspdblog.com, Parkinson's disease, and discussing those issues. And today, I wanted to look at exercise specifically, but before I get into that and show you my video of a little dancing, I wanted to get into the update on what my doctor, the prescription with the amendedin that I've been taking since for about a week now. I guess it was last Tuesday, and it's been a little bit of a ride. At first, when I started taking it, it extended my peak dyskinesia to almost the whole time I was on the Cinemat. So instead of making it better, it got worse, which then led me to believe, as the doctor suggested it might be the case, that I'll have to lower the Cinemat dose down in order to compensate for that. So I've been experimenting and playing around with it, and the long and short of the story is that I got figured out that if I take it not with the Cinemat, but the Cinemat about an hour and a half to 2 hours at least after that, and I go to half pills, that I can take about like 2 pills worth during the day, and it seems to control the tremors fairly well, and allows me not to have to worry about the dyskinesia so much. But it'd be nicer to have a little bit more help with that, but maybe I'll adjust it and keep playing with it a little bit. It's always one of those balancing games, as the doctor said, between getting enough that your symptoms aren't bad, but also not getting too much that it overexcites your central nervous system and you get the dyskinesia like I was showing you last time. So that's the bottom line on that. I'm doing better, I think, and it's working out so far. I'm trying to tweak it and get it better. But now on to the exercise. One of the things back in March of this year that I realized that I hadn't been doing was exercise. And matter of fact, I'd done a lot of other things to help PD symptoms, but I hadn't done any exercise really. And one of the things that I knew is that a lot of studies showed that exercise helped slow or improve Parkinson's symptoms and slow the progression of the disease, and especially cardiovascular exercise had been recorded as helping to ward off dementia, which is always one of my big concerns. So I started exploring and figuring out what kind of exercises I should be doing. Well, the short answer to it is that they say to do the exercise that you'll keep doing, that you will motivate you to keep going. And whatever one you do, that's the best exercise for you. And that generally involves something, because I know, like a lot of people, I've started exercise programs self-motivated, and then within a week or two I'm off the bottle and fall back down and go back to just being a couch potato. But I wanted to find something that would keep me motivated to keep going and that I would enjoy doing. But in researching the exercises, I found that one of the best types of exercise, cardiovascular wise, for PD is something that allows you to have varied movements, not a repetitive movement, which, like swimming or running or any of those kind of types of exercises, it's a repetitive motion. It's just one same thing after another. Those are good, and they will help, but it also helps for Parkinson's to have varied movements, not just the same thing all the time. And it helps with coordination, and it also helps with muscle memory working back in, as well as balance. So the best exercise that has been prescribed cardio-wise for Parkinson's was dancing. Now, I'd never danced a lick in my life. Well, actually one lick back in Spanish club in high school. That was back I did a little Mexican hack dance that we did for our club, but that was about it. You know, I pretty much stayed away from dancing and never really interested me that much. So I thought, well, I'll give it a try. So the other thing I realized was that I needed to, if I had a group of people that were expecting me to be there in that class, that scheduled class, it would help me to keep on a schedule too and not fall off the wagon, so to speak. So I got the membership to a local gymnasium that offered Zumba classes and ended up joining with that, and have been doing it now since about early March, I guess it is. I can't remember exactly when we started, and still going strong with it. So I've kept at it. I do the Zumba about 4 hours a week, 3 to 4 hours a week, and on top of that I also do Pilates twice a week to help strengthen core muscles and arms and legs and abdomen and all those good things that need help. And I've also been doing some yoga and some Tai Chi, which are good for balance and those kinds of things. So I've been doing quite a bit of exercise. On top of that, my wife likes to go to the HydroFit classes, and so when I can, I go with her. So I get a decent amount of exercise now every week, and I think it overall has helped in a lot of ways. Just general outlook. That's the one thing about slowing progression. You can't really know whether your progression's slowing when you do something, because you don't know how fast it would have gone if you hadn't done it. So there's no way for you to know, other than they've done studies that show that it helps with that. But as far as symptoms go, it seems like it's helped to keep the progression down to a minimum, and I enjoy doing it for the most part. So it's been a fun, exciting experience. But I know one of the things that most people would be interested in seeing is, what do I look like doing Zumba? After all, I got Parkinson's, and admittedly my left arm is on the stiff side, so whenever I move my left arm and my left wrist, that looks a little bit more robotic and not quite as smooth. My right arm still has a lot of flexibility and mobility to it, even though it has a little tremor to it nowadays. It's pretty flexible. It hasn't developed the stiffness that my left arm has, and so that really has been an interesting thing, and they're a very encouraging group where I go, and I'm sure that you will enjoy this video. The clip that I got is called, let me get it set right so I know that I'm saying it correctly. It's actually a video done for Zumba, and it's called Paso a Pasito. Paso a Pasito. And of course I don't have any rights to this. It's all, the music itself is done by Zumba itself, I think. So and also I should mention that the little girl that's with me dancing in the class, she's about 11 years old. Her name is Addie, and they agreed to have her be part of the video, and so she's dancing with me, and she actually will give you a better picture of what it actually looks like. It's done totally correctly. She's actually won in second place in talent show with this dance, so she does a really good job with it, and glad that she was with me. And you'll see another person or two in the background, but this is what I do, this is what it looks like when I do Zumba. And you'll also I'll just end it with that, so that'll be it. So until next time, watch the video and enjoy. Thanks.